Alright, well, greetings and welcome to Duke to Jeff City Run 1. Now, of course, the title of this video is not official just yet, but I have a desire in my heart, and of course, I just had to, in the words of Tears for Fears, shout and let it all out. Which is, of course, make a fictional flight when United Airlines was good. The flight today will be a short flight, going from Duke to Jefferson City, and we will go this time to the Farm Belt because, yeah, there's other places I like other than the Rocky Mountains. Bear in mind that the takeoff phase of this airplane is going to be rough because, I was recording from an iPod Touch, and of course the landing phase is going to be rough because who could go wrong with the fact that landing is one of the toughest phases of flight. Spoiler alert, I had to cheat quite a lot in this video because I will admit airline runs are just tedious, and I'm sure you could all agree more or less. Alright, the passengers today consist of Labrador Retrievers like the one you see in the meme, both English and of course American, including Golden Retrievers and each and every dog or whatever you like. That's going to be a passenger on board this flight instead of humans. And of course, though it's a short run in a big plane, I decided, I needed that airplane because, I want to make extra sure that they have a good home. Anyway, here's the flight. We are making sure the control surfaces are free, checking around, and of course the emergency plan is if I have an engine failure before V1, I will land straight ahead. I will close the throttle, and I will yield to oncoming traffic. Anywhere after V1, and I have an engine failure, I will come back to the Sunport. And since I'm going east today, and if I'm anywhere past Edgewood, I will land, of course, either in Moriarty or in Santa Rosa. But we'll have yet to see. Or if I have to, I will come back to the Duke and land at the Coronado Airport. So here goes. Here's the old Battleship Grey United Airlines, my most favorite of the kind. And here I am showing you how I do the control surface check from the outside. Note I only had to do it once, but especially because I love to educate as well, I make extra sure that the control surfaces have free movement, is what you're seeing here. Well, especially because I care about state-of-the-art airplanes like the Boeing 777, this video is going to be probably one of the longest I made from infinite flight. And of course, let me make one of my longest videos ever, and this video happens to be one of them. Yes, and I'm making sure the control surfaces, as usual, are good to go, and of course, the plane can fly, and of course fly well, and bring these animals somewhere else safe and sound. Just like Buzz the Little Seaplane did. But voila! What do we have here? I guess Buzz's pilot was ready for a Boeing 777. So here we are. The checks continue, and of course, a state-of-the-art airplane will be a state-of-the-art airplane. Yes, we are checking control surfaces, as you can see here, and they all seem to be pretty darn good. The weather today is supposed to be nice except for some overcast, and otherwise we will be okay. We'll be more than okay, we'll be brilliant. Yes. Come on. I'm ready to go. Alright. Now that, of course, I checked the control surfaces and made sure everything's okay, looks like go is a go right now. So I just need to check around the flight deck one more time to make sure everything's secured and everything. Yes, keep it secure, you got animals on board. So as of right now, of course, course, even ground personnel agrees that everything looks good. I agree. I'm ready to go. As of right now, what's left to do, make sure the runway is clear, and of course open the throttles, which will take place in about a minute or two right now. Also, yeah, just making sure a state-of-the-art airplane is okay. In fact, it looks like it's more than okay, and at this point I'm ready to go. I even feel ready. So here we go. All strapped in, know our emergency plan, and takeoff roll begins right now, as you can see here. And yes, what do you know? Even after playing FSX and flying the Tomcat for a while, I agree that I could step up and do this type of flight. And especially after flying for, especially whatever I wanted to fly, like for Pan Am on the Clipper runs. I agree to fly a state-of-the-art airplane, and I can do it. So here we go. Well, we're actually going. I released the parking brake, and now, of course, we're picking up speed. I totally forgot to configure the autopilot. And note that I recorded this video in public, hence the background noise. And I recorded this video from where I currently work, which is La Vida Llena, as a kitchen porter. And yeah, even though I, of course, work a job anyway from when I recorded this video, at least, of course, I'm able to help others in real life as well. Alright, here we go. Oh, we broke ground in Duke City. And now we are, of course, taking off. And note that the movements are not really good because we had just taken off and I had flown from an iPod Touch. And here's Duke City. And of course we're going to fly past Harris Canyon. Should be an entertaining sight to fly past Harris Canyon. Now we're tilting the plane to position accordingly, and now here we go. Off to Jeff City. Yeah, that's another favorite spot of mine in the Duke, is where we're flying past that. And yes, Infinite Flight, especially the paid version I have from when I recorded this video, it's, of course, accurate, as you can see here, as far as scenery goes. I guess either way I can't get good scenery, and looks like Infinite Flight is the only option I have. And that's the closest option I have to some decent scenery to make it look like Duke City. And right here, as far as scenery goes, there is no big tall building in Harris Canyon, just like FSX default scenery. Alright, now with the takeoff phase out of the way, all that's left to do here is engage the autopilot and configure it accordingly. And now my state-of-the-art Boeing 777 is cruising smoothly. And of course I made this up. We had a battle with Harris Canyon winds, just for a little bit. Here I am messing with views, and of course, the cruising will continue. But spoiler alert, I did not fly the full hour, or however long it took, to get from Duke to Jefferson City. Now, like I said from before, airline runs are just tedious, or whatever you want to say. So I'm just flying this however I want it, because I can. And here we are, east of New Mexico, east of the Duke. And of course, we're over Edgewood and Moriarty, and the emergency plan was, especially because we're too high, and of course Duke City is still right behind me, and if I'm past the Marriott, I'll just go right for the Coronado Airport. Or, if need be. I could just push the plane back to the Duke City's main airport, which is a sunport. Anyway, here we go. Some miles and smiles. Enjoy a slideshow as well in this video. Alright, in this video I'm going to go ahead and begin the landing phase. And just know that I've cheated. How? Thanks to infinite flights options, I went ahead and I chose the short final position for the airplane to land. And just know that, just because I went off the runway, know this. You must be reminded that United Airlines, as of right now, from when I recorded this video, is in a phase where they're not really a good airline. And here we go. These landing aids really help, but in real life, you don't have them. Oh well, I could never be a good landing artist anyway. Alright, just like in FSX, if you're familiar with those magic hoops. We're gonna fly through them as best I can. Missed one. Missed two. Let's see what these hold. Alright. What am I forgetting? Who cares? Just fly the plane. Alright, I can do this. I will fly the plane. Here we go. We're landing. One more hoop. I didn't really make all of them. Oh, we're a little high, but that's alright. At least we'll be on airport property. That's what I can do at the very least, is just get you on airport property as far as landing goes. Almost perfect landing. The reason I say almost is because I couldn't stop the plane in time. I came in too fast. Here, I'll give you some hot rod entertainment a little bit. As we go off the runway here. Actually, I blew that because I just really wanted to get you off the runway. And yes. How about this? May I remind you that yes, you heard this correctly, United Airlines is a broken airline. As you can see here. You guessed it correctly. At least the bird will be intact. Alright. Well, at least in real life, you don't have to worry about being stuck in vegetation or what have you. So now, we're going to move the bird around, restore the spoilers, flaps, slats, etc., taxi away, and then from there, make our way to a parking area. Now bear in mind, we will not stop at the gate, because this is an animal transport flight we have here. They're all okay, all of which are strapped in, and of course, I don't think any one of those animals went in the aisle. But I'm going to go ahead and bring the bird to the ramp as of right now. So here we are. We're on the taxiway, and now we are headed in that general direction to the ramp. Just some random position we're going to. And bear in mind that this video is fictional. It did not happen in real life. And what business I have to make this video, as usual, is that I'm a Civil Air Patrol officer. And of course, our regulations state that we have to create air-minded individuals and what possibilities you can do. And this happens to be one of them. Alright, as usual, a vast majority of flights in this video, as well as many others, are fictional, and please do not fly them in real life, unless of course you're told specifically to do so. And if it matches my videos, cool. And if not, that's alright. For those who do the real version of this, you have a similar job to do, and you might not even think that it matches up to what I'm doing here. And that's alright. You know, from the time being I recorded this video, I wanted to continue Civil Air Patrol. And of course, what I'm doing here is an example of some of the things we do. Like transport to some places, as you can see. In this case, it's just like the story Buzz, the Little Seaplane. Especially when Buster, and of course his little seaplane named Buzz, went to go rescue the beavers. Anyway, this flight's full of labs, Goldens, you name it. Oh, looks like we do go to the terminal. Now time for one more thing. As seen in this video, it's fictional as usual, but it can be done. We'll just have to wait and see what life holds in order to carry this flight out in real life. And of course, as usual, do not fly these flights in real life unless you're told specifically to do so. Now, the only thing that told me specifically to do so was my heart's desire to show an example of what the Civil Air Patrol is supposed to do. In this case, of course, make use of what you have. Awesome, we got to have a Boeing 777. Really, it's awesome that we got to have one. In real life, that's another story. We'll just have to wait and see what real life will hold in order to evacuate by Boeing 777 or what have you. So anyway, the flight, takeoff and landing were rough due to the fact that I was on an iPod Touch, and that could be really hard to do. And of course, it was otherwise a smooth flight on autopilot. And then from there, we were able to fly from Duke City all the way to the Farm Belt. Yes, there's other places I like other than the American Western Desert and the Rocky Mountains. So in this video, I chose to go to the Farm Belt. I don't think there's anything wrong with going to the Farm Belt. And of course, Kansas City, Missouri happens to be within the Farm Belt. And yes, as usual, if there's anything you want me to say and or do better, let me know in the comment box below. And or send me messages. If you like, please like and subscribe. We'll see you all around. Thank you for watching. And one more thing as well. This is just version 1.